Right, thanks to our mates at Need a Car, it's time to check out Autofest 2018. Autofest is a one-day show held at Waikato's Mystery Creek, the venue perhaps better known as the home of the field days. Run by local promoters Downtime Entertainment, and now in its third year, it'd be timely to point out that a big chunk of the show's success and turnout is more the stuff you'd find in NZ Performance Car magazine. However, there's certainly a growing V8 element too. The lowriders have been there in force since day one, while the burnout pad is always a big attraction. But this year, more than those previous, the show area is beginning to play catch-up too, with a number of high-end muscle cars rubbing shoulders with the import crowd. Much of that thanks to the big display of Matamata Panelworks.
It's a show that's been going for 3 years now, Autofest, and thought you would give it a support, local, Waikato. Always a Waikato boy at heart, so it was an opportunity to bring some of our cars here, and we always love to have our cars all in one spot. Obviously it's a way of promoting our business and going forward. You never know who's out there for that next big build. Yeah, a great way to showcase Matamata Panelworks.
If you're a regular viewer, you'll already be well familiar with their talents, and it's not exactly rocket science to see why they're show favourites. The Matamata Panelworks team consistently serving up some of this country's top builds. They're particularly known for their Mustangs, including their all-steel approach to the iconic Eleanor Fastback. But this workshop is far from a one-trick pony.
Yeah, we've got a great range of cars, and over the years we've tried to break away from just only Mustangs. And as you can see, we've got a couple of Chevys here, 32 Roadster, an F100. We bring in cars from overseas as well, so we've got a dirty old Falcon over there, 64 Falcon Sprint that turned up 3 days ago. So it's exactly how we found it. Also the 2017 GT 350R Shelby, so we brought that one in as well. So it's a great range of cars and different states, like the one behind us here, bare metal there in the build. You can see the tub work going on, Art Morrison chassis underneath it, so public can actually see what it takes. And we've tried with the display putting photos around, they can see what's involved. That, you know, the people that put the money into building all of these cars that are here today, there's a lot of time and effort. And even us walking around and seeing what some of these young fellas are doing with their cars is absolutely fantastic. The car fraternity of New Zealand is thriving, so it's great.
Right, thanks to Need a Car, we're back to Autofest 2018. Location, Waikato's Mystery Creek. Autofest caters for a large cross-section of New Zealand's car community. And of course, we're here because that includes V8s of US and Australian origin. Those were perhaps most concentrated in the dedicated lowrider show. These guys and girls have a strong Waikato presence and have turned out in support of Autofest since day dot. So it seemed fitting that this year they were rewarded with a separate display area. Another V8 stronghold? The burnout pad. Although it'd be fair to say our boys flying the no replacement for displacement flag had some serious competition from the likes of Steve Ellicott and his angry rotary-powered Mazda wagon. A relatively new sight on New Zealand's pads, and today lining up in the Pro Class was Joel Arcus in his late model Camaro, a burnout spec beast built around a stolen and recovered body.
I just sold another car and had a pocket full of money, and the car came up in the right place at the right time, and yeah, it's a cool car, so, you know, nice looking. Had no engine or running gear in it, and built it up from there. So it's a 2010 Chevy Camaro with an LS motor in it that I've set up with an 871 blower, converted it to EFI 2-speed power glide. Yeah, pretty basic, but goes good. It's a reasonably stock engine in it at the moment. I've got a big engine that I'm building up, but just using this one to get it all sorted out. Pumping about 14 pounds of boost into the stock bottom end, and it just loves it.
And the recipe of the day?
Lots of smoke, lots of noise, throw it around the whole pad, and pop the tyres. That's why I'm here, mate, to kill those tyres.
Battling it out in the V8 class, Ramo Simpson.
It's a 1980 8Z1 tonner. It's a 406 Chev, small block Chev. It is a little bit different, yeah, it's a fiberglass cab. The whole thing was fiberglass, but I replaced the front with a steel front, just because the fiberglass was coming to bits. It's always been built in mind to smash tyres. Does them in about 40 seconds flat. That was when I was running 275s. I'm running a 3.0 diff gear today, which I swapped in yesterday. So we'll see how it goes today. The best adrenaline rush at the end of the day. Yep, that's basically all it is. I just love it. Just get out there, floor it, top gear, smash them, get off. Another set.
And continuing the Holden Ute theme,
It's a 1982 WB Holden Ute, running a 406 small block Chevy, taking out the 412 cubic inch. Got a few goodies in the engine, good rods and good crank, nice carby and all that stuff, and just running open headers. Apart from that, yeah, it's pretty much a Chevy all the way. It's just something where you can have a bit more fun. It's a bit more of a relaxed day. There's not so much rules and regulations. Like, we've come from Speedway, and it's just getting too expensive to do speedway racing, and this year we got sponsors for the tyres and sponsors for this and that, and it's pretty cheap. Yeah, that's pretty much why we do it.
there's fewer stages in motorsport that provide more of a torture test than the burnout pad. But run after run, the WB keeps on ticking.
Well, if you start with something good, you really don't spend too much money on it unless you're silly and over rev it. And like, there's a lot of guys out there that'll just sit on rev limit just to hear the noise and burn the tyres off quick. But I prefer to have a burnout that lasts about anything from 3 to 6 minutes, and just take your time with it. Lots of smoke and big bangs. I pump my tyres right up hard and high, and I like to hear them pop hard. I'm not really interested in winning, I just like putting on the show. I'm not afraid of touching the wall. It's hit the wall a few times, but yeah, just put on a good show and lots of smoke.
And Greg was in good company there. Ian Sambo Smith took out Pro Class and his blown LS-powered FD RX-7. Steve Ellicott thrashed his 13V turbo Mazda wagon into top spot for the rotaries. And Rob Two Cars Toherere backed up his second spot in the Pro Class by also taking out the V8 category.